What's happening in your world?
Nothing.
Welcome to Genuine Nonsense. My name's Kelly MacFarland.
And I'm Kristina Smarz, and I go by Smarz, and everyone loves it.
I'm Kelly.
I just put a caramel in my mouth. Caramel. Wait.
No.
Yes, we have. Yes, yes. Remember last week we had our friend of the show, Lamont Price, was here, and we said caramel, and he got all mad and said it's caramel.
Right.
And I would love to know what people think about that. My husband got me caramels.
Aw.
Yeah. Have you ever had the Wegmans dark chocolate sea salt caramels?
Wegmans, like the grocery store Wegmans?
Yeah.
Okay, because for a second I thought you might mean Werther's.
No.
Because, yeah.
Me, that sounds good. Matt, they are.
Thinking that was in my brain and it showed up on the screen. That's amazing.
Yep. Matt, producer Matt is like our own personal Alexa.
He is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He knows.
Hey, Alexa, play some smooth beats for me.
Hey, Alexa, smooth jazz, please.
True story with the whole thing. We were watching Hamilton with my
sorry Alexa,
with my niece and nephew, and there was one song in particular where I guess they said Alexander Hamilton a lot, and like they do, and Alexa was so pissed off. She just kept chiming in, and we couldn't get her to understand that it was not about her. So
my dad calls his Alexa Alexis. which used to make me laugh. And then Schitt's Creek. And I was like, oh, Dad, are you thinking of Alexis from Schitt's Creek? And he's like, no.
Nope.
So now I'm like, Dad, are you thinking of some stripper that you once knew?
Aw.
I know.
He's like, the bitch in the box, Cal. That's all. You're like, are you thinking of some stripper that you used to know?
Right. Just like a stripper I used to know. Your hair looks so good.
Thank you. I was having, it was doing its own thing tonight. Yours does as well.
Smooth. Thank you. I had to record something earlier and I thought I should look decent and I gave it a blowout.
I was at home today. I did not go to work because I felt a little under the weather and ended up going for a COVID test.
Let's have your symptoms, please. And thank you. List them now.
Well, my chest is always tight because I'm a little stress ball. And I've been very fatigued, which has also been for the past like 12 months. And so those things I wasn't worried about.
Yeah.
But this morning, and yesterday a little bit, like my back was hurting like near my lungs. So it was like, oh, okay, breathing is definitely constricted. And I was starting to develop a little bit of a cough. And I've been a little bit nauseous and dizzy the past, like in and out past couple of days. So it's like, so it's either that or I'm pregnant, and that's going to be a miracle baby. So, we've got bad news coming one way or the other.
I mean, there's a game that I never thought I would be playing on this show. COVID or pregnancy?
Who knows? No, it's not really. That's not.
Speaking of pregnancies, no, could you imagine? April? No, not me.
Are you thinking baby much?
We went to a birthday party. Fuck yes, I made it.
You made it.
All right, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, you're coming.
We need to tell people about the birthday party we went to on Sunday.
It was awesome.
I mean, if you're a friend of the show or if you're new to the show, we have Penny for Your Thoughts, which is a segment we do with our favorite now 5-year-old, Penny Roderick. And her mom, Liz Roderick, is friend of the show, friend to all, really. I mean, show some love for Penny and Liz in the chat. Yeah. And Penny is going to be a big sister. Liz is Bump Watch 2020-21. And
because it wasn't exactly an adult party.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
This is very much for 5-year-olds.
Yes.
But
yes.
Cumulatively, Kelly and I max out at about 5. So.
Right. So we basically were like, we're coming to this party. What does it entail? And it was, this party had everything. Ready? Yeah. Let's list it for our listeners.
All right.
It had snow.
It had chalk drawings leading you into the party area, which is nice.
It had masks.
It had a fire pit and 2 heaters.
It had an accordion with someone playing it.
It had an accordion, and to top the accordion, it had confetti poppers, like poppers with like all sorts, not those kind of poppers, but like the other poppers that actually like shoots out confetti. So that was pretty cool. And it had a swing set and a trampoline and presents and an American Girl doll that could go sledding on her own.
So the American Girl doll was sitting on a blow-up tube. And I thought at first that our friend Liz was just being like a real smart mom and was using a hemorrhoid blow-up pillow as the tube for the American Girl doll. But you can actually purchase a tube. I live with boys.
Of course she needs one.
Was the American Girl doll doing poppers?
Well, this is not TMZ, so we're not going to start all sorts of rumors.
Hemorrhoid pillow. Yes, Rachel Jane Andelman, producer of 2MB Studios. When you have hemorrhoids, I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying I know this.
There's nothing wrong. Okay, but time out. There's nothing wrong with hemorrhoids. People get them. People get them very young sometimes. So
yes. If you have a hemorrhoid,
hemorrhoids love you still. And
I just don't want you. Yeah.
Now we know of a probably overly priced pillow that you could get, because you could get an American Girl doll one, and then instead of passing it off as your hemorrhoid pillow, you could just say like, oh, this is for my kid's American Girl doll.
I found this in my purse. I don't want to lose it. I'm going to sit on it. Yeah. But it's a donut, a blow up donut. And so that your butthole can have room to just hang out.
Just be itself. It's just like
yeah, suspended butthole. Yeah, I am so sorry to the guest that we are talking about. I did it. It's my fault.
Well, here, I'm going to steer really quickly because the American Girl doll's name was Toothy.
Toothy.
Because she has 2 teeth that you can see. And that was my favorite part of the whole thing.
This is what she looked like.
Yeah, she just had like 2. I mean, she was a little cuter than that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Rachel Jane Andelman is a little fuzzy on what a hemorrhoid is, but we'll get to that. That's for the after show talk back, where we get into more, medical things and more anatomically correct terms.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to ask you to go to Google, and if you have follow-up questions, we're here for you.
Yeah, always.
We're here for you. We're not ashamed.
Nope.
Don't be ashamed about things that happen in your body.
No, especially not to your butt, because that's like the sun doesn't shine there, and so we need to illuminate it through conversation and friendship.
That's our other show that's coming out soon. Illuminating your butt through friendship and questions. Someone told me once that if you're pushing too hard when pooping, you risk getting a hemorrhoid. Amy Claire Parker, that is correct. I have also heard that. I've also heard if you sit on cold cement or stones, you could give yourself a hemorrhoid.
Or my mom always used to say, if you sat on the toilet too long, you could get hemorrhoids.
Fair enough.
That the squatty potty helps tremendously with hemorrhoids.
Oh, because that makes your knees are elevated, right?
Yeah, I don't understand the physics of it, because it seems like you're still putting your butthole in a precariously down position. But
sure. The
yeah. Kind graciously to move us on. He's like, so we're not talking about this. So we're not we
weren't going to talk about it. No, we weren't, and now we are, and now we are done. Any other questions? Great.
Cal, are we playing a game later on in the show tonight?
We are going to play a game later on in the show today.
Are we playing those for prizes?
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up, Smarz. What a great segue to a new segment Smarz and I would like to call Empty the House, Empty the House, Empty the House.
Smarz got too much shit.
So Smarz will be moving soon, and we're not going to tell you where because that is private. Mm-hmm. However, Smarz, you need to get rid of some of your stuff. So we're going to start playing games every week where you at home can win prizes. And the prizes are things Smarz doesn't need and doesn't want to pack or move.
Yeah. It's basically just take my shit, please. I mean, admittedly, it is adding one more to do onto a very long list for me.
I'm going to help.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, if you see it, you want it, other than Nana's stuff, let me know. It probably can be yours. If you don't win things in a game, you know what? Make me an offer. Like for instance, this necklace, my Betty, Betty Rubble, Wilma Flintstone necklace, very beautiful piece, this is going. This is, this is going to be gone. So I'll start the bidding at $20. If anybody would like to go higher.
Wow.
Let me know. $20, you can Venmo me at Kristina-Smarz, at Venmo. And, if we get above 30, I'll throw in some half-used shampoo bottles or something, we'll make it fun.
As soon as you said that you'll start the bidding at 20, 2MB Studios is in with a $10 bid. So they're ready.
Not so great. That's So, okay.
We're going to play a fun game at the end. Everyone can play in the audience. We're lucky. We have such a fun guest tonight, and we're so excited about him.
All right, guys, we're going
might be an expert
now on the bidding, and I've never been good at math, but I know this is not how it goes.
This isn't how bidding works. No.
All right.
Let's bring our guest in. I'm excited.
Me too.
Yes. And there's so much you could say about this guest because once we took a dive into, I mean,
you're gonna love him the second that you meet him as well, because once we started to do a dive, we realized how much we had in common and things that we didn't even realize we had in common.
Right. I mean, and also just seems real kind and nice, you know, and fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, without going any further, because we want to talk it all out, let's welcome our guest, Matt Smith McCormick.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, it's so nice to have you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I really felt like I was on an episode of The Doctors there during that hemorrhoid.
Right?
I was learning a lot. I was using the toothy hemorrhoid pillow, which I'm going to have some weird
yes.
Yeah.
Google search now, but like
people now call me Dr. Smarz, so feel free to adopt that as well.
I get it, Doc. I'll just call you Doc. We're friends now, so I'll just like shorten it. But yeah, totally.
Doc is trying to make sure that we don't shame anybody with hemorrhoids.
No,
it's okay to have a hemorrhoid.
It is.
100. I mean, like, I don't wish them upon anybody, but like, it's totally okay to have them. It's just like a fact of
right.
You take the good, you take the bad. It's a fact of life. You know what I mean?
You take the good, you take the ow.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a different song. Like, you got a hemorrhoid, name it Charlotte Ray after the star of the Facts of Life, if you'd like to.
Oh, are you a Facts of Life fan?
No. No, like I liked the theme song of the Facts of Life.
Same.
The rest of it seemed, and I did like Tootie, and I liked oh my god, the one
George Clooney.
No, yes, but also Mindy Kahn, right?
Oh, Natalie.
Oh, yes, Natalie. I liked her, but like Blair was like a little much. I did.
Yeah.
It was also just a little cheesy, so I think I liked all the actresses in it, but it was just.
How do you feel about Tootie on roller skates versus Tootie off of roller skates?
That's a really good question, Dr. Smarz.
Long time was Tootie being on roller skates like all of the time.
Do you know why? Do you know why she was on roller skates?
Yes, because one of her legs was longer than the other one, and they had to find a way to fix that somehow.
Is that true, Doc? I don't
Mars,
think
I was like this.
She was younger than everybody else, so it gave her some height. So she looked like she was the same.
Oh, there you go.
So this is a good time for me just to admit to both of you, I'm a huge Facts of Life fan. Like, we'll just tell everybody now. Matt knows Golden Girls trivia.
Yes.
I know Facts of Life trivia. Like, it is insane how much I know. Latchkey Kid, you know. So I was like, that is not a true story, Smarz. How dare you?
Hey, I'm in the television business of being an expert, Kelly. So I'm just gonna go with what happens.
Oh, wait, let me stay on brand for us. Now, if one of your legs is shorter than the other, don't feel bad about it. Like hemorrhoids, there's nothing you can do.
Get a squatty potty.
Right. Or a little pillow.
Oh, there it is. This is the hemorrhoid pillow.
Yeah.
Right. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice and cozy.
Nice, right?
It's cozy. Yeah, we don't mess around here. Matt is our Alexa. He gives info. So, okay, let's get into who you are and what you do. And we were talking prior to show start, and there was a lot of this. We were so excited because you're originally from Massachusetts.
I am.
Yes. Whereabouts?
Lakeville, which is a very. Do you know where Lakeville is?
Nobody
ever know. People will like be from Taunton, and they'll be like, "Where?" And I'm like, "Sorry, Lakeville." It's just very small.
Yes.
So a lot of people don't. You got to give them like a Bridgewater or a Taunton or something.
Yeah.
A landmark, the Silver City Galleria Mall, something.
Ooh, nice.
They're demolishing it this month.
Considered part of the Bridgewater Triangle. That's very hot.
It is. Yes, Lakeville. A lot of spooky happenings. The Freetown State Forest, which is the town next to Lakeville, that's like, I don't even know, pterodactyls and cults and stuff in the 80s. Oh, it was very.
Is that the forest with the doll heads?
It probably. I mean, I wouldn't put it past that
forest
to have doll heads.
Yeah, there's a forest somewhere in Massachusetts, and people they put satanic cult things up. And there's baby doll heads hanging from the trees.
No, my best friend in high school was always like, we should go in there. And I was like, I do not have a death. I wish, like, I am not going into, like, I just don't need to prance around the forest, like, on my best of days. Like, let alone if there's, like, doll heads or, like, cow carcasses or whatever going on in there. But, yeah, from Lakeville, went to Emerson in Boston.
Nice.
Heard of it.
Like a, an asshole at heart. So, yeah.
And you're in New York City now, though. And you've been there for a while, right?
Yeah, I've been in New York City. I went to the suburbs. Like, I never wanted to be in this, you know what I mean? Like, I came from the suburbs. I moved to Boston. I was like, I hate this. I got to go to a real city. Went to New York, spent like 12 years there. And then was like, somebody get me back to the suburbs right now. So now I'm like 45 minutes. I'm in New Jersey, but I'm like 45 minutes north of the city.
Yeah.
Basically in like a Lakeville of New Jersey, like another small.
Is there a haunted doll head forest?
No, we have a 24-hour Rite Aid. And so if you go in like late, maybe there's somebody like weird with a doll head.
There will be.
Something strange, but no weird forests.
No.
Yeah, I've been in New York since I guess 2008.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how's New York been treating you?
It's, I mean, I haven't seen it much.
Right. Yeah.
Everything's been from home. So I've seen it like three times in the past year. But besides that, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you do a lot of one-person shows, right? I mean, I want to say that you just, when I was reading through your bio, that's such like a Hoda copy thing to say. Let me lean in.
Yes, please.
I feel like you can do everything, which is just like,
that is so.
I love that.
Nice of you. I feel like I just had a lot of like, I feel like it was kind of like my therapy, these little like one person shows. I was like, I'm just going to talk about, had like a drinking. We're going to do a comedy show about drinking. We're going to do a comedy show about coming out in a small town. We're just going to like do it, get it out there. And then, so yeah, I mean, I did do a lot of, I just needed to be the star.
Yeah.
And so I was like, sorry, I'm a solo act and I won't be, doing group activities.
I love that. Yeah.
So, yeah. So I did a lot of like, I did a lot of stand up and I hosted a very fun show for a couple of years called Go Ricky. Mm-hmm. That was stand-up comedy inspired by topics from Ricky Lake's 90s talk show. Whoa. So it'd be like, you say you're bi, I say it's a lie. Today you have to prove yourself. And like, I would just let people do 10-minute sets on like whatever they got out of that. So that was really fun. And Ricky Lake did find out about it. She was so lovely. She met me on Twitter. She's like, oh my God, you're cracking me up. And so we did it. We tried to get her on, but she was very busy. So that never happened. But it was, oh my God, that was like so fun.
That's the best though. What was your best experience or most bizarre experience with that show?
Oh, I mean, I had a friend that came, like what was something about wanting to be a stripper, and he legit came in like gold lame and like almost did like a strip in this little like comedy club in Astoria, so I mean, there were just also a lot of things you would just be shocked. People would be like, oh, I don't have a story for that, and then they'd like think, and then they'd be like, oh, I do have a story, and now I have a new 7-minute set about periods or whatever it is. And so there were all sorts of like weird and fun, about like neighbors and I'm a teen vampire, and people would just like talk about their goth phase and stuff like that. So it was just like very fun and weird. Yeah, that was a hoot though. That was so much fun.
Did you watch Ricky Lake when you were a kid, or did you like talk shows?
I feel like I've always been like, I don't know. I did love Ricky. I feel like I loved Jenny Jones, maybe, like possibly a little, like I don't know why, but like
no, I know.
Ricky was probably too cool.
Yeah.
For young. And I was like 8 and was just like, she's very youthful, Ricky. I'm going to put on this older, middle-aged Canadian woman here instead. So, but I did love all of those kind of trashy, because it was like the same. They'd be on when you get home from school.
Right.
So then was Maury too far over the edge for you?
Maury was slightly, yes, Doc. Yeah. Maury was slightly like over the, I was like, this is like a little too much for me. So, yeah. Also, Maury just always seemed like the paternity test stuff, and I needed like a little something.
It was always, it was either the paternity test or I'm sending you to boot camp.
Yeah, and I love a boot camp episode.
Out of control teen is always a really fun. Yeah,
those were very fun. I loved Sally Jesse Raphael too.
Oh,
she would get in the face of the out of control teen. Sometimes that was always, sweep treat. You
might be too young for this, all of you. But I watched Phil Donahue when I was a kid, and I would be like, I don't understand how he's asking these hard-nosed questions, like as a child. And if you go back and look at it, it's not like the guests are smoking. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty chill.
Right.
And so I'm with you. As soon as there was Ricky Lake and Jenny Jones, Sally Jesse, and then there was another one that was really weird that I can't even think of who she was, but I just loved all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Phil Donahue tried to, like, I was very little when I watched Phil Donahue.
Yeah.
But I always I felt like, to me, that was still legitimate journalism, right? Like he was telling, like, think pieces or like interest things. You really wanted to get to the bottom of this. And then it was just like, all of a sudden, like, this guy has 15 different parts and 17 different mates. Who is he? What is he? And where's he going to go to? Let's do a makeover.
We took him to the local Sears and we're dressing him for any party, any occasion. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
the local
so true.
Sears, that sounds like that would have been a good episode.
The local Sears.
The local Sears. Yeah, we just dressed him in a tire, and here he is, girl.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
And a clip on the tie.
Delicious.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Let's see.
So tell us about how would you describe your comedy style? Like, I feel like we're getting a pretty good glimpse of you, but like one of the things that I loved is like checking out what you did, what you do, and even just the pictures that you post. I mean, I love looking at stand-ups pictures because it's usually just like, oh, I'm standing here saying something very witty. I'm getting like whatever, and you're all over the place, which I love. It's like so physical and lively and big.
Well, it's just eclectic and weird. And like, I don't really even know if I've done stand up, but that's not really what I do too much of anymore. It's kind of more like I did a lot of storytelling stuff, and I do like the weird character stuff too, because I love a wig. And so it is kind of like all muddled is my comedy styling, like all over the place. Like, kind of like whatever I decide on any given day. It's just like, here's me at the mic at Caroline's, but also here's me in an oversized Kathy t-shirt that could be also a pool cover. And then here's me with a wig. So kind of just all over the place, but but the character stuff I've been doing more of the last couple of years, because that just got really fun. I kind of got tired of just talking about myself. And so I was like, I think I'm going to start to create other people and then do that. And then that just became like a weird thing in and of itself. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's kind of all over. I would not be able to pinpoint what my comedy style.
Do you have an improv background?
No.
No.
I took one improv we talked about, we have a common friend, Melissa Paradise, who I love, and we worked together, and we took an improv class at Improv Asylum in Boston. Okay. She graduated. I went twice and was like, I'm so sorry. They were and I love these guys that taught it. Like, it was the best. It was me. It was like you needed to be able to just like let go and let God. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't do that. I need line. I need to know what I'm saying. This is not going to work. And I was like 22, so I was just like,
I love that so much.
So no, I have no improv background. Even the stand-up stuff, like I'm almost 37. I started when I was 30. I took a class at Caroline's for my like 30th birthday present to because I was just like, I've been talking about it forever.
Yeah.
I was like, I better like either do it or shut up. So, so that's how I got into the stand-up stuff. And then it kind of just, you know, you'd meet people and do their, you know what I mean? But no background in improv, just a background in being strange.
That's also a background in improv.
Yeah.
So, that's maybe like a slight, I just didn't know that I did it. In improv, so.
Right. Well, were you like a theater kid or into music or?
Yeah, I was in high school. I was a theater kid. And, you know, I was like playing the dad or the grandfather, you know, or like I don't know. It was always like second banana, like supporting. Do you know what I mean? Like Angela Lansbury. I was 25, but I was playing 60. You know what I mean? So that was a very like, which means like, that's fine.
That's how you know you're good, though. You know you're good character with depth when you can play the older roles. That's what I tell myself.
You know, I mean, so I did that, and then I went to NYU for like one semester to study. Like I was going to be a serious actor, and was they like made me in one of the acting exercises. You had to pick up fake pennies off the floor, and I was like, I don't do this, and I was like, honey, like a quarter maybe my laundry, but like I don't pick up fake pennies. I'm not and so I went to Emerson and.
That's awesome.
And I was in a comedy troupe there for a little while, and Emerson was cool. They just let you do like I majored in gay and minored in chain smoking, and so that was like more of my speed.
Yeah,
and, you know, and
like you do,
like you do. Emerson's a wonderful school, but yeah. So like I had dabbled here and there. But then I think with like everybody, with the advent of like social media, everybody just was like, do I do this now? Am I like am I put in a wig and do a show? And it was like, yeah, maybe.
I do feel like maybe this is a good time for us to show a clip because you have a show that you do, and it's called Talk of the Townie. It's on YouTube, but you also Pammy.
Instagram. She's really trying to.
She's everywhere.
Where the kids are, you know.
Yeah. I feel like we need to just give everybody a taste of your character work, and then we can talk a little bit more about that. So
I'm so excited. Go for it.
I am too. I know, and you didn't even have to wig up tonight or anything.
No, I'm so grateful.
All right, let's show a little bit of Talk of the Town.
Got off a FaceTime call with my sister Sheila, right? And I think she must have had some like Botox recently that either went bad or hit a nerve or something, because this eye on her was like fluttery Magoo. Like it just looked like one of those weird like baby doll eyes, you know what I mean? That kind of just like rolls around and you know what I'm talking about, right? Ooh, was very hard to focus on what she was saying with winking, blinking, and nod going on over here. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm ill. Thank you.
No, I love it.
I love it.
How on earth did you discover Pammy?
I feel like you know Pammy, right? Is Pammy?
Yeah, Pammy's. That was so fun because I've never done it where I've had to watch it and then come back as me and then tell me like, oh, that was so bizarre. She's kind of just like she's a lot of women that from my hometown that I knew growing up. She's a little bit of like what I want to say on the and she's kind of like my alter ego. She's based on some women in my family. She was legitimate. She's a bus driver, a school bus driver, and she is a little bit based on this like bus driver I had. It wasn't mine, but when I'd have to go to my math tutor, I'd have to take this other bus, and she was like always made up, like the nails, the jewelry, like no nonsense, and I just thought she was like the coolest.
Yeah.
And so, but I can't like, so I've always kind of had that character in the back of my head, but I don't even know like why I started doing it. I legit had a red wig because I went as Deborah Messing in The Mysteries of Laura for one Halloween. and then like just shoved the wig under my bed one day and like put it on my head. Longer, you know. Pammy's gotten glam as the years have gone on.
Yes.
The original Pammy was a little bit more like a mess. Yeah. And so I just put this Deborah Messing, ratty Deborah Messing wig on, and this character was born.
I love her blue lipstick. Like the
And that, honest to God, all of these things came, I'm dropping secrets, but that came because when I did the Go Ricky show, I for the Halloween episode, the Halloween show, I went goth, and I couldn't find black lipstick at the CVS in Astoria, so I got purple.
Oh,
and then I just had that. So it was all of these things that I was like, yeah, I think she wears purple lipstick. And
yeah.
Deborah Messing fell down, and that's kind of what her hair is. And then it kind of went from there. And then as the years went on, I was like, should I, like, maybe she would be into nails. And so then the nails came out, and I like loved
the nails.
The nails
are, they like, that's the thing, honestly, Matt, that I noticed about her the first time I work. So you do a show on Monday nights with Andy Williams on Instagram Live, which is so much fun. And I mean, I played a game with you guys on that show. It was so much fun.
Yes.
And I had never met Pammy. I had never heard of Pammy. I had never seen Talk of the Townie. And the whole show, when I wasn't on camera, I was just going, what?
Yeah,
and then I'm like, the nails, look at the nails. And like, what is Pammy, like a B cup? Look at that. Yeah. Those are high and tight.
Yeah, they're maybe it's a sports bra, so that's thanks to that. But that's
I love it.
There. But yeah,
and then of course, I started hunting you down because I love it so much. Yeah,
it's just and then I just started to do other characters in her. I was also like obsessed with Tracy Ullman when I was a kid.
Yeah, and
I would like watch Tracy Takes On and then go into school and like try to do some of the voices or whatever. And I was not good, but like I loved her. You know what she did, and then there was this really like strange but amazing British comedy called The League of Gentlemen. That it was this sketch group, and they played all the like inhabitants of this like weird little British village.
Yes,
and I loved that too. So I started to do like another. Pammy's got a sister Bonnie who works at the Dollar Tree, so I do her once in a while. There's like a used car salesman, Liam, who owns Liam Neeson, and then it's all like Liam Neeson based like puns in the commercial. There's a townie therapist, so I started to like kind of do that a little bit too.
You're rounding out the world, if you will.
I
love it.
I love Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't like I have no idea where that came from. One day I was just like, maybe there's a car salesman whose name is Liam, and he just makes all these like Taken references in the "You'll Love Actually" deals, you know, and just all these like Liam Neeson references.
I hope there's a body in each of the trunks.
I mean,
we haven't gotten there yet, but that's. I like that.
Let's play another clip. Let's see Pammy again for sure.
How are the kids doing this on social media where they throw up their shoe and it gets on their foot? Because I'm obviously doing something wrong, right? Should probably just put the GD thing on regular.
That's also with all those damn like social media challenges things. I'm just like, I don't understand. I got on TikTok because people were like, you should do TikTok. I have zero follow, but like, I do not understand it. I'm just so confused by it. It all looks like it's 17-year-olds.
It is.
Say that because I think that you're a cool individual who has, you know, you've got your finger on the pulse of what's awesome. And I'm like, I don't get it. So I'm happy to hear you say that.
I just don't understand it. And then there'll just be people that just do like, and it's like 400,000 followers. And I'm like, and bless that, like God, they found some pointing that people really were into. And but I don't.
You know what I'm happy to see with it though? I'm happy to see people willing to fail. Like people are willing to put their shit out there and be proud of their shitty dancing or their really bad singing or whatever. And they're just putting it out there and I'm proud of them for it.
I mean, that's like what anything, whether you're doing anything on social media, you put a clip of your stand-up on social media, anything, there are going to be people that love it. And then that's what I also love when people are like, is this supposed to be with like the Pammy stuff? They'll be like, is this supposed to be funny? And I'm like, I wasn't sure. Thank you. I really didn't know. And I'm glad that you're here. And it's always somebody whose pictures of a car. And I'm like, they'll be like, are you a man or a woman? And I'm like, are you a Hyundai? Like, I don't understand.
I feel exactly. And you vote in the last election and I'll tell you.
Like, oh, okay,
chiming in, honk honk. It's so weird because I think people got super brave during this pandemic. And some of it is really positive, right? To Smarz's point, like to your point, you're just putting stuff out there and hopefully someone likes it, someone finds something funny about it. And then there's this other group of people that they've been doing this all along. They're looking for people that they can shit on, right? And I'm like, we don't do that anymore. Okay?
We don't.
We don't do that.
We don't.
It's not all been through enough. Like if you don't like my dumb little video, it just go to the next thing. There's so much of it. Just like, but you're gonna take the time to be like, I mean, I really had people where they're like, why do you wear that makeup? The green and the purple don't go together. And I'm like, this is a joke. It is it's a character. This is not real.
Right. Thanks though.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm gonna go to are there still Macy's? I'm gonna just go to the Macy's counter and have somebody do me.
Do my colors.
Clinique.
Do my colors.
I'm gonna get my colors done.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you a fall? I'm a fall.
You're definitely a winter. I think you'd be a winter.
The girl on Instagram said I was ugly, so I just didn't.
I thought I'd come in.
Something to me, yeah.
Oh my God, when this is all over, I would love to see Pammy at a makeup counter. That would be fantastic. I used to work at Clinique, so I know.
Oh, yes.
Did you really?
I did. And I do believe I worked at least once or twice at was it the Silver Shores or Silver Sands?
Silver City Gallery in Taunton?
Yeah, down in Taunton. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a project over there for this woman who was going to her husband's like Navy ball or something like that, and she had really big eyebrows.
Did you help her? I mean, did you?
I did, but I couldn't pluck like I wanted to.
Oh yeah,
you just kind of had to like.
But she felt beautiful. She'd never in her life, but she felt glamorous, and that was what my contribution to the world was.
And that is a very nice. That's very
now, how did you and Andy meet?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I think saw.
Blink twice if you need help.
No, he's like this, just the nicest guy.
He is.
I think saw somehow one of my Pammy videos and was like, oh my gosh, you're so funny. Do you want to come do this Raffle House show that he hosted, did this Instagram thing? And so I did their show a few times and that was like super fun. And then they stopped doing that. And he said, do you want to do a show together, like a weekly show? And I was like, oh my God, yes. So like we've done like 20 shows together. I've never been in the same room.
Yeah.
And so that was also kind of cool that like in this pandemic, you know, you're making new friends and new sort of, you know, making art with like other people that you wouldn't have known had this not happened. And he's so funny and lovely and stuff. So, but yeah, it was from one of my
That's amazing.
videos. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so great. We have one more clip of Pammy that we can show. And that, I mean, there are so many.
So sweet to show.
Yeah, definitely folks should go to YouTube and subscribe to Talk of the Townie and also follow Matt on social media. Both Matt, the person, and Pammy. Yes. This one is, I think, your Valentine's. You just put this out a couple days ago.
Right.
Oh.
So today is Valentine's Day, which I gotta tell you the honest to God truth, I'm not super into, you know, because I just think it's kind of a made up holiday by the card companies that just ends up making a lot of people feel bad about themselves. Now that being said, okay, if I don't get a Whitman sampler with some market basket flowers from Skip, he's gonna get one of Cupid's arrows right through his friggin' skull, okay? Just a warning, Skip. Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm so
Skip.
Yeah, Skip. Yeah.
Skip. Yeah.
So
Pammy just got married.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pammy just got married over, was it New Year's?
Yeah, she got married on New Year's Eve. Third husband. Hopefully third time's the charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she did. She wore a red dress and had like a little cockatoo sort of weird festive hat on her head.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Do you ever find yourself sometimes wondering, like when you're faced with a big decision in life, like thinking, what would Pammy do?
Yeah. It's like very strange how much of a real person, I'm like, she would just go for it. Why don't you just go for it? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, is you, Matt? You might need to up the dosage. You know? But yeah. And it's funny that people will send comments and be like, well, I did this because Pammy did it. And I'm like, oh, I got to be a little bit braver. I think if other people are using her as like
their bar, there's the Pammy bar.
Oh my God, people are so nice. And I mean, I just did like a video for somebody's 50th wedding anniversary. Wow. And they were like, oh my God, my parents loved it so much. You know, just like a happy anniversary.
Yeah.
So like, listen, it's weird. My husband's like, oh, she's back again, you know, because I'll just come out like with the you know, but
the Pammy.
People really like it. And
what does your husband do for work?
He's in the entertainment industry, like on the, you know, production side of it and stuff as well. So
it doesn't freak him out that much. It's not like
I mean, he like went to school for acting and he's like also the most supportive, like sweetest and most supportive, and he'll like read an article and be like, Pammy, ? And it'll be some weird thing from the New York Post about, you know, so he'll be like, maybe she would talk about this. And I'll be like, no, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. Pammy doesn't talk about that.
No. You know, Pammy, she did talk about something that I thought was really, really cool because I mean, obviously as a stand-up comic, I love comedy. Smarz, Dame Drill as a comedian, we love comedy. On the first day of Black History Month, though, I thought Pammy had a really thoughtful post.
Well,
do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing too about like when I started playing Pammy, I feel like I played into a little bit of, not in any sort of like inappropriate way, but just, you know, like the stereotypical small town, small-minded. And I kind of, as I kept doing it, I was like, I don't want to do that with her. I feel like she's kind of special. And you know, not everybody in a small town is ignorant. You know what I mean? And so I feel like sometimes if Pammy talks about this stuff, there are people that watch it and they're like, oh, maybe I will read. So it was just that, you know, she acknowledged Black History Month and she said, you know, she's not teaching anybody anything, but just like, I got some books. I'm going to read these books, you know, written by Black authors, and like, let me know what you guys are going to do.
I loved it, Matt.
Do something, you know, just to like, I don't know. It's important. It's been such a weird, horrific with, you know, everything that was going on, the pandemic, a lot of political strife and awfulness and stuff. And it's like, so, and for a long time, I didn't want to touch sort of that stuff because people would be like, oh, and that's not, Black History Month is not political. Guy, that's just like, you know what I mean? And people will be like, oh, you got political because you said something. And I'm like, no, that's not political and you don't belong here then. So
Right. Oh, I acknowledged something important. Okay, you're right.
Right. So, but
I thought it was really cool.
Thank you for saying
I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was like, and it was just Pammy being Pammy.
That's it.
Yeah, you should do a segment called What Would Pammy Do?
WWPD.
Yeah.
What would Pammy do?
T-shirts, headbands, lipstick lines. I'm just saying.
Nail decals. Just Pammy's face on your fingernails.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Done.
Make some extra money selling those those nails, those stick-on paint things.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Side hustle for your side hustle. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta get on it.
All right, let's play a little trivia.
Yeah.
Now you consider yourself a Golden Girls aficionado, right? Like,
I do.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes,
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I took this quiz and I scored okay.
Okay.
I think you're probably gonna nail it.
Okay, let's see. I'm excited.
All right, let's see. And Smarz, you're gonna play along too.
Okay.
Or you're gonna we're gonna let people play in the comments. We won't do all the questions, but
sure. You want to go back and forth sort of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Whose house do the girls live in?
Do you want me to
Yeah, Matt.
They live in Blanche's house.
That is correct. That is correct. This is an easy one. What are the names of the actresses who played Dorothy, Rose, Blanche, and Sophia? Smarz.
Okay, so it was Rue McClanahan, Arthur, of course, Betty White, and Sophia was oh no, I'm blanking.
I like Matt's smug face.
No,
I can see her. Oh man, I'm blanking. Audience, you can help me out if you'd like, because she was actually the youngest of the Golden Girls. I know that much. Even just an initials would help.
E.G.
Yeah.
E.G.
E.G.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Beautifully done. Where did the Golden Girls live?
Miami, Florida.
That's correct. That's correct.
I grew up and I thought for sure I was going to run into them. Ooh, quick side question, extra points for you, Matt. What was a TV spinoff of Golden Girls?
Empty Nest was a TV spinoff, and then there was a very ill-fated one called The Golden Palace, which was when B. Arthur's character got married in the finale of The Golden Girls. The three women bought a hotel.
Yes, that's right.
Don Cheadle was the receptionist, and Cheech Marin was the chef. It made no sense. You can watch it all on YouTube.
All right.
Yep.
What is the Golden Girls' go-to dessert that they're obsessed with?
This one's mine?
Yes.
Cheesecake.
That is correct. Matt, your face is giving me life. You're like, really?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Genuine nonsense.
These are all gimmies, Kelly. Come on.
I love all of them.
Okay, this is like a deep cut. Okay. Matt,
yes.
Who's the first character we ever meet on the Golden Girls?
I think the first character we ever see on the Golden Girls, I think, was the gay cook Coco in the pilot.
Oh my gosh, that does
to the pilot.
That does show that you really do know your stuff. It's Dorothy talking to
B. Arthur has the first line, but I think the first person we see is Coco, the gay chef.
And he's never in anything else.
No, it was so. Can you imagine getting cast in that, like a sitcom role?
Yeah.
And you're gonna be a co-star, and then all of a sudden they're like, sorry, we're getting rid of you because we're gonna put another old role in there, and then it becomes this like huge cultural
with Sophia, right? Sophia basically replaced him as the sassy one.
Yes. Sophia, I think originally was supposed to be kind of like a recurring, And then they were like, she's really good. It gave like the mother-daughter thing with Arthur. Also, if they were all living together, which did make sense too, why would they, they're roommates, they're trying to save money. Why do they have like a live-in butler, basically? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it though. Like I thought, especially for the time period, it gave them such like a fancy kind of like, we are old ladies who are hip to everything kind of.
Right.
In the like original pilot, which like we've never, nobody's ever seen, but apparently he was basically like a drag queen. The character was very funny. And what you see now on TV, all of his stuff was really like pared down. But apparently he was like hysterical.
And for Miami during that time, I think it was timely, right? Like, I mean, in the 80s.
Yeah, Miami Beach, that was just starting to become a big culture in Miami Beach.
Right.
So, they did this thing on Seinfeld. Elaine, I don't think, was in the first Seinfeld. There was this other woman who was a waitress who just got ousted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to many callbacks, but never been ousted. Okay. Smarz, where's she going?
I'm listening.
Oh, because this one's, wait, is this one for you or we'll give it to Matt. What is the name of the retirement home Sophia lived in?
Oh.
Shady Pines.
That's correct. How are people doing it? Want a reminder? Okay.
Yeah, no one is answering any questions in the audience.
No, they're just enthralled.
No one is winning any of the merch, one of which is welcome to the show. So Matt will win this if he wants.
Yes, we'll mail this to you, Matt.
That's cute.
Where's Rose from?
Oh.
That's you.
No, go ahead. You can go ahead.
St. Olaf, Minnesota.
That's right. Oh, this is kind of a deep cut. What does Blanche say her name is French for?
Go ahead, Matt. Matt's like
Blanche. The name's Blanche Devereaux. That's French for Blanche Devereaux.
Yeah, that's correct. Why does Sophia Smarz move in with the girls?
Oh, because Shady Pines burns down.
It did.
She shows up with her little purse.
Like she's like when the house gets robbed, where does Blanche find her jewelry, Matt?
It was in the freezer.
It really was. Yeah, it was in the freezer.
Was in the freezer.
What was Sophia's husband's name? Smarz.
Gary.
No. Matt.
Sylvester? No, Sid.
Sal. You were very
yeah.
Sal. You were so close.
This is a little bit, Matt. This is for you. What did Rose's biological father do for work?
He was a monk.
He was a monk.
He was a monk.
Let's see. For Shady Pines pageant, Dorothy dresses up as, and Sophia dresses up like. Who were they at the pageant?
You know Smarz?
Do you know Smarz?
Yes. Oh my God, I'm not trying to. The Golden Girls fans, we're insane. We're insane, and I'm not trying to be like, do you know? I went to. It's perfect. Dorothy went as Cher, and Estelle Getty went as Sonny Bono, whose birthday was today, actually, randomly.
Oh. And then one last one before we have to wrap. Where did Rose and Blanche first meet? And I couldn't believe I remembered this.
I know this one, I think. Was it the grocery store?
Yes.
Yes.
Good job. Yes.
Oh, that was fun. All right.
That was so fun.
Yes. And Dave Thomas, producer and performer on the QAW Thursday nights on the Twitch channel here for 2MB. Yes, Kristina.
I have one final bonus question for Matt.
Ooh,
this is one of my all-time favorite lines. Rose and they were all entering into a contest to create a jingle for Miami.
Oh yeah,
was playing, and they were trying to figure out a slogan. And so Rose had finished the sentence: "Miami, you're cuter than and blank."
Intrauterine.
Yes.
I can't think of a better way to end than that.
I can't either.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us.
So
Will you come back?
Anytime.
Come back and
This
see
was
us.
so
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
You guys are the best hostesses. Thank you
Oh,
for having me.
you are lovely and wonderful. And don't forget to find Matt on all the social medias. We've been posting them online, and we'll put it in the show notes. And also, if you want to figure out how to follow on Twitch, you should check out the Twitch 2MB channel, or go to Facebook and ask some questions. We'll get you set up.
Yep.
And coming up next, Boy Detective.
Boy Detectives.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Matt.
Thanks, guys.